Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad. I'm Steve.
I'm George.
And I'm Charles. Oh, no Tyrant. Sorry, Charles. And you're watching all of us go from 0 to 3k rating as a Demonology Warlock in the War Within Season 3. Now, there's some exciting things we have to talk about, such as the Midnight Reveal. There was a little watch party on Twitch and YouTube for the D&V community members. What the heck happened to my WeakAuras for flying, huh? Okay, there, it works now. Yeah, we watched the reveal, and it's broken now. Never mind. Wait, what the heck is going on? Why is it?
One eternity later.
So yeah, Midnight got revealed. Sorry, I got completely sidetracked by the fact that my WeakAuras are broken when I'm skywriting. And it was pretty hype. We had a little watch party. So with that reveal, we actually got the ability to pre-purchase the expansion. And there's one thing that a few people have already been freaking out about, and that's the fact that it looks like we have a Season 4 coming in, like a very short Season 4, like a 4-month one or something like that. Because it says that Midnight will be available on June 30th, 2026, on or before, or by or before, whatever the phrasing is, but basically at the latest June 30th, and it could be earlier. Now people are freaking out and being like, holy shit, that's going to be a 10-month Season 3 or maybe a Season 4 angle or whatever the hell. And no, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know you all wanted a Fated season, but no, there's probably not going to be one. The reason I say this is because I think this is legal lingo. They are required by law to tell you by when you might have that. And they're kind of giving themselves some wiggle room by saying that it's June 30th or whatever the heck. Because the War Within said that it would be live by December 31st, and it came out in August. So yeah, don't freak out. There's not going to be 10 months of Season 3. We're not going to have to play the same dungeons for a year and a half, only for a year. I'm joking. Although that being said, some of these Season 2 returning dungeons will be played for a straight up year because of how long the expansion, or sorry, because of how long the seasons are. Now, I may or may not have some unopened items in my collection, which are maybe from the epic pre-purchase. So let's take a quick look at Voidwing Dragonhawk. Let's take a quick look at that. Oh goodness. Dragonhawk's got absolute, oh my god, it's got like 6 wings, bro. What the hell? Why you need that many wings? You ain't that big. Maybe I'm big. Maybe it's me. He had to evolve and get more wings. Let me take a look at the other Dragonhawks that we have in the game. Yeah, they don't have 6 wings. they don't have anywhere near as many wings. I think you can kind of sort of see it. I guess these just have their wing parts separated-ish. I don't know. Anyway, let's remove that and let's take a look at the Lightwing Dragonhawk. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's mount it up. Let's mount it up. It doesn't match our transmog, obviously, but oh my god. Oh, particles, bro. Look at it just like jump. Just whoop. And look at how much crap. It's like I'm crop dusting these f***ers right now. It's really, really pretty. Hold on. Let me take a look at the other one. I didn't mount that one. Dragonhawk. There we go. And Voidwing Dragonhawk. Does it have the same amount of particles? Because if it does, guys, we got a new mount. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. It is gorgeous. Look at this thing. Hold on. Let me hide my UI and zoom in a tiny bit. That is just gorgeous. I just wish, much like Ashes of Alar, that the particles continued while you were dragon riding. That would be really, really nice, but it looks like they don't want that. They just let you have particles when you're on the ground, just like Ashes of Alar, which a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure there's like a technical reason for it, or just like a gameplay clarity, because if a bunch of people are flying around with a bunch of particles at very high speeds, it probably just makes a lot of shit show up. Anyway, we have one more mount to check out, and it's the Voidlight Surger. Wait. Yo, no, wait. It actually goes between one or the other? Why can't I mount this? I just tried to use mount. It finished the cast. Okay, so it's a little bit like this, and then it's a little bit like the other one. Dude, but that actually kind of defeats the purpose of having a mount. Because match your transmog, because this thing could just decide to change. I'm gonna fly around until this thing changes, because the idea of that sounds amazing to me, but let's see what happens. It is not exactly, it doesn't feel like Dragonhawk movements, honestly. I don't think Dragonhawks do this whole thing. So I think it's closer to bird movements. I gotta mount up an old Dragonhawk and see if it's running the same skeleton. I somehow doubt it is because of all the extra wings that we have right now, but maybe it is. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that question for you right now. Does it actually change in the middle of us writing it, or does it need to be, or is it like when you mount it? I'm gonna fly around a little bit longer and see if it happens, but I have a feeling that it needs to happen when we mount it. Hold on, put it on Control 3 and let's mount it again and see. Okay, so every time I mount it, I get, you know, who knows what. Yeah, it just randomizes between. Okay, it would have been a lot cooler if it changed while I was, you know, on the back of it. That would be a lot cooler, but hey, maybe I just didn't give it enough time, you know, maybe it will actually change. But that is very cool. I like this mount. It's very pretty. The wings look amazing. They did a good job with this. No way, dude, it just changed. It does change in the middle of flying. That's amazing. Holy shit. And it's quick. Like you blink and you miss it, but that's that's awesome as shit, dude. I love that. I love that. That is so cool, dude. I'm probably going to use only one or the other because I like to base my mounts around my transmog. So I try to, you know, match the colors of the transmog to the colors of the mount at least. Maybe even the theme. But yeah, this is cool as shit. If you like this kind of stuff, that's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. But that is enough yappage about about the new mounts and stuff. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna just switch to the void one that I just got because I do believe it actually matches my transmog quite well. So yeah, here we go. That's amazing. Before we continue with some M+, what I'd like to do is actually open up my vaults. So that's what I'm going to do. We're gonna jump over here, but you're gonna have to wait just a second before I open it on Piss Missile here, or Warlock. I want to switch over to my main, which is my DK right now, and take a look at what we got over there. Oh, we actually got some pets too. I'm not as excited about those, but look, oh, it's so cute. It is actually cute. Look at those oversized eyes. And I'm guessing this is the light one as well. Very cute. I like it. I don't care as much about pets though, so that isn't quite as exciting. What is exciting, though, is a myth tier piece, so I can get 2 set at least on this godforsaken character. Let's take a look. Nope. We got myth wrists, and a hero Ara'Kara sack brood. I don't know if I should go for the myth wrists, crit haste. Actually, this is not bad stats for me. I feel like the myth wrists would be the right call, because then I can just upgrade them, and I can get hero Ara'Kara sack brood from just farming M+. It just feels like it's more worth to actually get a myth piece. So not the most exciting myth piece. I have to admit, I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but we're just going to grab it because myth is myth, and there's only so many vaults that I'll be able to fill because I don't get to play the game as much as I'd like to between editing and streaming and playing characters that are for the series and whatnot, which I think soon will be changing because I don't think you guys are that excited about the polls for different characters. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make polls still, but I'm going to choose like 3 specs that I really genuinely want to play. And I'm just going to play those specs and make a series out of them. And I feel like that might actually be more fun because I'll be playing characters I really, really want to play. And I think that's good. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and equip our new myth bracers. That is going to not even give us an item level upgrade, but what it will give us is the warm fuzzies. Right in my meow meow. Anyway, let's go back to Piss Missile because I don't have any other vaults to open for you right now. We're just going to have to settle for the DK and the Warlock. Alrighty. So since we didn't get the tier set piece on Myth on our DK, that means we get one here, right? That's how that works, right? So let's open up the vault for Demonology. So Leia's secret technique on Myth. I mean, that's not bad. I think that's pretty good for me. Let me go check some online resource because I don't actually know, but I wouldn't be shocked if this was really, really good. It's literally not even in the top 5. It's literally not even in the top 5. Yeah, it is nowhere near as good as pretty much any other trinket that I could possibly get. So I thought that this trinket would be a lot more popular, but apparently it is just simply not. So that is that's disappointing, but let's see what else we can get here. We have an empowering crystal of Anubicage, which is not bad. I don't think I need it. The item level on it isn't bad though, 701. I wouldn't say no to that necessarily. There's the Void Scarred Signet, which is a high crit, low mastery ring, which actually wouldn't be horrible. It would be a good replacement for our champion ring. We would lose some haste, but I'm kind of chilling on the haste right now. Kind of chilling with 15k. Probably need a bit more, but I am only 695 at the moment. Plenty of more to be gotten. The mastery is pretty high. Crit could catch up to mastery. Definitely need more haste, but I think with the tempered flask, I'm kind of chilling. So this ring might be an option, or genuinely we might go for the Algari tokens of merit and try and get ourselves a, a socket onto like a wrist or something, or a belt later on. I don't know. I'm really not excited about any of these options. I was thinking this could be a really cool thing to get, but apparently it's just really not that good. It's just really not that good. I mean, I'm looking at this other trinket. So you get 1.7k haste baseline from it. And then this would give you about the same thing for 30 minutes. And then I'm imagining like you run a 31-minute dungeon. This thing runs out in the middle of a pull and then you don't have the stats or whatever. Yeah, this trinket kind of sucks, actually. Okay. Well, now I have to choose between the ring, which I think is good, and the Algari token of merit. This character is probably not going to get played much, so I think I'm going to go for the short-term power increase of a hero ring versus the Algari tokens of merit. I'm sure I'll have many more disappointing vaults to go before I finish what I'm doing with this character, but we're going to grab the ring right now. We're going to replace this champion ring, and now I think I'm actually going to invest into putting some sockets into these, because at least this one, at least this guy's pretty good. I like this guy. This guy's nice. So let's slap on one magnificent jewelry setting. I don't even know where I got that. I think I had one left over from some character and then I just took it. Let's buy another. What are we missing? We have much more mastery than we have crit. So let's look at a deadly emerald. I think that's going to be the play. One of those bad boys, and probably a quick ruby, which is crit plus a bit of haste. And we're going to slap those onto the thing with the stuff. We got a recovered item from the postmaster. Thank you, Mr. Postmaster. Probably from yesterday when I was doing the thing with the stuff. Time walking. Let's apply these gems real quick. This is part of Narcissus, by the way, if you're curious. There's a few things that are part of Narcissus in my UI, which is, for instance, this little thing telling me how many tier set pieces I have. And also you can go into this to see what Narcissus tells you about your stats and whatnot. See, I don't have an enchant on this thing, probably because it's a piece of shit ring that is a champion piece, but it's got a lot of mastery and a good chunk of haste. I don't know, man. Should I enchant this thing? Probably. I don't know. Not too worried about it. And it also has like a little thing where you could take screenshots. You can pose your character. This is how I make my thumbnails, actually. You can put it in a green screen and then, you know, you could do your whole thing. It's very cool. Really like this add-on. Strongly recommend it if you like better character panels. You can completely replace your usual character panel with this thing if you choose to do so. Anyway, I've been yapping for a very long time. What do we get? We got a 9 Ara'Kara City of Echoes. That would actually be a good chunk of rating, I believe. Never mind, it won't be because we have a 2-star 8 Ara'Kara. But I want to get myself a 10 key and then maybe mash 10 keys until my eyes fall out of my head, because I need gear, bro. I actually need tier pieces. I have only 2 tier pieces. I think I have a catalyst charge remaining from the whatchamacallits. Yeah, from getting the 2k rating. But I need an actual tier piece, probably from the raid. So I need to do normal raid to have at least a champion tier piece on my shoulder or gloves or chest, so that I can then tierify another piece that I would like to get at hero at least. And then having 4 set, I believe, might actually help my whole damage situation, which is not... I don't feel too happy with my damage. It's not horrible, but it's... yeah, I'd like more. More damage, more gooder. Okay, that's... I've yapped enough. I'm gonna go do the 9 Ara'Kara, push up my key, and then I'll talk to you in the +10 most likely, because I'm just going to show you the bosses dying in Ara'Kara. Unless something interesting happens, you never know.
A few moments later.
Okay, slight detour. Hold on. Before I do anything, no, I'm in the wrong zone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, 400 IQ move. I have this thing that summons in what's-her-face to your delve after you get to the respawn point. So we're going to grab this. We're going to go into Side Street Sluice, and we're going to get ourselves the Delver's Bounty by using this item. And then we're going to get ourselves a hero piece, and hopefully it's something useful that I can later on tierify or whatever, you know, just more stats. Because people are not joining my +9 key. So how we're going to solve the +9 key thing is we're going to list it as a +6 key. What? +8 key. That's what I meant. That would have been a big lie. We're going to list it as a +8 key. We're going to do the +8, and then it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. There seems to be explosives here on the ground. I'm not a big fan of that. I need to figure out. I've not seen this one before. Okay, that's a lot of swirlies. Holy shit. Can I see him? There we go. I see you now. But yes, I don't mean to bore you with some Delve gameplay. I'm going to immediately show you what we get from this place, unless something interesting happens. We've activated the respawn point, so we can skedaddle over to somewhere where we have a little bit more room to fight Kaiveza, which is going to be probably this platform right here. Oh, a mislaid curiosity. Gimme. All right, so we're going to go ahead and activate this thing, just to make sure we fight Kaiveza. And we're going to summon her in. There she goes. She's going to appear. What we need to focus on is when she sends out the guys that show up on the side. And then we need to stare at them so they don't blow us up and murder us. That would be good. I don't like getting blown up and murdered. I don't know about you guys. Not my favorite pastime. Everything else she does, I kind of don't care about. Okay, there's one. That one goes first. Then the other one. We just got to just stare at them. Stare them right in the eyes. We just got to avoid these now. I can't see all of them because the game likes to troll me like that. Apparently they just don't appear under this slight elevation that we're on. This has killed me more times than I'd like to admit. The freaking dagger things, like I just straight up don't see them sometimes. We're going to use potions that Brand drops to heal our pet. And she's almost at 50%. Oh, no, she's gone. Okay, nice, sweet. Let's see. Sometimes you get some good shit from these. Let's take a quick look. We got the Delver's Bounty. That's what we care about. We're immediately going to click it because I don't want to forget it. And then we got this champion piece, I think. Is that what we got from it? No, that seems to be something I used before. Is it enchanted? No, but what the heck is this from? I genuinely don't know where this is from, but I don't really care. We got the Delver's Bounty. That's what we really wanted. So that's really, really nice. I think it's safe to say I don't like this new variation of the Delve because, Lord Jesus, it took a while to actually clear through this thing. It was kind of annoying. But we're fighting the last boss now, so that's something. Or I say last boss as if there's other bosses. I guess Kaiveza is a boss, but you get the idea. And I think that's him out of here. There we go. Very nice. As always, we must observe tradition, which is collect all the gold first. So let's do that really, really quick. Oh, and the trinkets guy is here. That's nice. Now we need mislaid curiosities. There we go. There's one. I think that's the one and done here. Now we need left bountiful heavy trunk, right bountiful heavy trunk. Oh, we got the Delver's Journey key thing. That's nice. Nemesis strongbox, gilded stash, bountiful coffer, and then finally the hidden trove where we get our hero piece. Let's take a quick look at what we got. We got ourselves shoulder, actually. Oh wow, I can't believe I got something useful from this. Holy shit. We're losing a bit of haste to get a bit of mastery. I'm kind of okay with that. We're going to go ahead and just equip it. More intellect is more good, or I always say. And if you haven't seen this Delve trinket guy, it is, he sometimes shows up, sometimes doesn't. I'm not really sure how it works. Maybe they changed it so now he always shows up, but you can buy trinkets for like 2k undercoin, which is dirt cheap. You can get that if you just do some delves, obviously, but like you could get it quickly, let's put it that way. And you could get just about anything you want. Like pretty much every trinket from delves is in here, if I'm not mistaken. You could even get this shitty leech one that probably nobody wants. Maybe PvP people want this. I have no idea. It's champion 1 out of 8, but it's a it's a hell of an upgrade if you have nothing better. And we have an offhand piece here that we got from doing the actual delve itself, I believe, but that's not terribly exciting to me. Getting some upgrades for our curios for Bran, nothing I'm too excited about either. And that's the delve. I should do 2 more tier 11 delves to get myself more gilded crests, but right now I can craft 2 items, although the thing is, I only have 1 spark. So the reason I really wanted to do this delve was actually because upon completion, we complete the quest for doing 1 delve, which is World Soul Delves. This gives us a pinnacle cache, and it's considered a weekly activity. So we will get a shard from this, if I'm not mistaken. What? A shard? A fractured spark. And then we need 1 more fractured spark. And then we could craft potentially a 720 main hand, or sorry, 720 weapon, which would be a hell of an increase above our 697 weapon that we have right now. Gonna quickly turn in this archaic cipher key thing to get my Delver's Journey and a bunch of undercoin. Like I said, it's pretty easy to get. That's the first weekly delve you do, gives you that thing, so it's pretty nice. 1 a week will get your Delver's Journey up quite a bit. There's a pinnacle cache, and we got ourselves a fractured spark. There we go. We have 3 out of 4 so far, so we need to do 1 more weekly activity to get that, but I'm not actually sure what I should do. Wait, did I not pick up Brand's quest? Why is he not showing me exclamation marks above his head? I would have taken this, then I could have done. Whatever. Does this still count as a weekly activity? This Radiant Cache? Yeah, the first 4 weekly caches you earn each week contain coffer key shards. This one's super quick. I might do that and see if we can craft ourselves something. I think I want to craft something and then I'm going to go do the actual M+ing.
One eternity later.
And there we go. That should be the weekly done. And let's grab this. We actually got a Fractured Spark from this. We only got keys to... not keystone shards, coffer key shards, but I did this last week, so now I have a full coffer key. Hell yeah. I will not be using that coffer key anytime soon. I don't really feel like doing more delves. I kind of want to get to the M+ portion, but now we have 2 sparks. We have 120 crests, which means we could craft 2 items. I'm not even sure what I would craft. Maybe jewelry to really min-max my stats. Like a necklace wouldn't be bad. This one has versatility. I'm not a big fan of that. Then the other thing could be, I don't know, a belt. Watch me craft a belt. I'm actually a little confuddled what I should craft with this crest, to be honest. A necklace and a ring genuinely is not a bad idea. Considering I got a heavy mastery ring here that I could move some of that mastery into haste, that wouldn't be bad. And this would probably move some mastery into haste. I think I might just get 2 pieces of jewelry and then just kind of deal with the weapons. Or I could get a weapon. Now what I should do here is sim and find out. But like using 2 crests, I feel like getting my item level up might actually get me invited to more groups. Let me just craft this crest real quick. I stopped crafting because I moved like a dumbass. But seriously, like getting invited into groups is something to consider when looking at what you can do with your crests when getting item level and stuff like that. Because 2 pieces of gear will give us more item level than this 1 piece of gear, I feel like. Actually, no, it won't. No, it won't, because this counts as 2 slots. So I should probably just go for that, although I genuinely feel like I need more haste. And these would help with my... I think secondary stats are actually important enough for me to consider doing that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is craft myself a ring and a neck. Now somebody's probably sitting there yelling at me like, just sim, you idiot, but it's not that deep, bro. It's really not that deep. We'll craft more at some other point in time and it'll be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Stop yelling at me in the comments. It's fine. It's a video game. The pixels can't hurt you. Now let's track and favorite the necklace. Track and favorite the ring. We need 2 of these blasphemites, because we're blasphemers like that. We blast the femurs. That's what we do. If you have a femur, we will blast it. Free of charge. We just love doing this. Okay, so what I think I should do is I should craft one of these as haste mastery, and I should craft the other one as haste crit. That way I think I could balance out the crit and mastery a little bit more, and I could get more haste. So haste mastery and haste crit. Haste crit, I think, is Algari Missive of the Fire Flash. There we go. Just one of those we'll have to do for now. We'll just grab one. No reason to spend more gold than that. And now we have all the materials. We have the 2 different thingies, and I think that'll be good. 1 spark in here. We'll make the necklace haste crit, I guess. We'll put the Gilded spark in here, and we'll put this down, and then it gives us 4.7k of each stat. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's just double check that we're not doing something wrong here. Yeah, no, this was going to be haste mastery. Drop like a little bit of mastery. Gain a bunch of haste. Oh, this is going to be juicy. This is going to be juicy. 50 different whispers just coming in. Just everyone wants something. I mean, something. I want something. We're going to send it to Last Whisper, because they whispered us first. Give them 3k. I think that's fair. If someone disagrees, well, a boom. A boom does not work because this is not the character that can craft it. All right, there we go. We've negotiated and found out who it is we need to send it to after they sent us their spam message again. And hopefully they'll have it crafted soon so I can actually go and do M+, because I'm kind of itching to go now. Especially with my new stat upgrades. Ooh, it's going to be juicy. While they craft that, actually, we're going to go ahead and buy ourselves 2 more Magnificent Jeweler settings. Mag setting, we're going to get 2 of those. And we're going to need some more gems right now. Oh, we're starting to run low on the moolah. Oh, god damn. So we have a ruby and we have an emerald. We need an onyx. Probably want a quick onyx and probably a quick sapphire. Because at the end of the day, we still want a shit ton of haste. And there's 2 others that we could get, which is probably going to be... Well, actually, before I decide on those, probably going to be emeralds, but whether they're quick or masterful, we're gonna have to decide once we see our stats here. Oh, we got our new necklace and ring. Let's go. Okay, the champion one is replaced. We have the hero one on the other hand. Ooh, goodness gracious. All right. Let's hold on. I'm a little bit too excited. Pinnacle cache. Cool. We get a veteran piece. Yay, very exciting. Let's close this so it's not bothering me. Boom. Yes, we add sockets to these, of course. Let's put these both in the ring. Why not? Before I forget, let's enchant the ring. There we go. Radiant haste onto this ring that has no enchant. And let's take a look at the stats now. So we have almost 20k haste. We have 18.7k crit, and we have 12.3k mastery. Okay, we overdid it on the crit move here. I gotta admit. But maybe other things that we craft or other things that we get can give us a bit more mastery, and that'll work out. We could move to mastery enchants, but I like it the way it is. No diggity. I don't know why I said no diggity. My brain just sort of faintly heard I like the way you work it, and then I went no diggity. Whatever, man. My brain works in mysterious ways. So we're definitely going for masterful emeralds here. We're going to put a couple of those in just to get a bit of extra mastery. It's not a big difference, but it's whatever. Apply that, and let's add one to the other socket as well. Apply that. Beautiful. 699 item level, just under 700, just shy of it. Maybe some crests being used could actually help us. We do have some ruined crests that we could spend, and I think I know exactly what to spend it on. Hold on now. Holy FPS drop, Batman. Thornagal be like, since we didn't craft a weapon, our weapon upgrade might give us the last bit of item level we need. Yes, 700. Yeah, let's go, baby. Now we just need 4 set, and I think this character is pumping. How much will this affect my damage? I have no idea. I'm probably not going to do that much more damage, but I do feel a lot stronger. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me just vendor all this crap I really don't need anymore. And now, friends, I think with all of that done, even though we have many more things to do in this season, I think it is time, my friends, to just straight up go into M+. We're going to go ahead and try and host our group. I had some trouble hosting it previously, which is because it was a 9. People will rather do 8s or 10s than just not 9s. 9 is poo-poo number. We don't like 9. So we're going to host it as an 8. We're going to lie a little bit because we got a 9, but we're going to get ourselves a plus 10 key out of that, and then that is what I will actually do. This time, for realsies, I'm not going to go do something else and spend a bunch more of your time doing random other shit. Here we go with Ara'Kara 9 that we marked as an 8 in the group finder. Hopefully people don't even notice. That's usually how this goes. And I get a 10 key out of it, and they get a few more quests. So really, in the grand scheme of things, who am I harming? Who am I harming? Maybe the healer, because it's a little bit harder to heal, but hey, that's not my problem, is it? I'm not the healer. Tank is still going. I'm a little bit scared about that. It is fortified this week. I can't say I'm a fan of this. I'm going to immediately just say I'm not a fan of this right now. I'm confused and afraid. I'm also not doing my rotation correctly, so this is something to consider. Hold on. Goodness gracious, this is painful. All right. Somewhat of a tyrant angle here. Let's go ahead and send it. I am scared. I'm scared. My health is not full. I am scared. I'm scared. My health is not full. My health is not increasing. It's not increasing. Shaman, please help. Please use a healing ability on me. I would appreciate it immensely if my health could increase from the current amount that it is at. I would like that a lot. We're going to skedaddle over here. Try and pick up that last orb. Make sure that all the orbs are picked up so we get the full bath. Bath? What? We get a bath. So we get the full buff. Full bath. Oh, goodness. Okay. A cluster of the first pull, but what really matters is that we got through it. We lived. Well, most of us. We did have one death, which I believe was actually the shaman, but in the grand scheme of things, I think we did okay. Hopefully the rest of the dungeon has the healer not ignoring my health bar for a solid 20 seconds or so, is what it felt like. It felt like an eternity. Tank is definitely forgetting that it's Tyrannical week, and his pulls from last week, maybe not the best option for this week, but let's see what happens now. We need that poison cleansing totem for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and use a defensive here because I have a long time remaining on this poison, and I'd like to reduce the amount of damage it's doing to me at the moment. Tank's moving on, even though we have a bunch of crawlers still left. Oh my brother, that is a lot. Are you sure about this? I don't know about this one, Chief. We have multiple stacks of the poison debuff. We're going to use our shield. Friend, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Lots of imps. Let's send them. We're going to try and AoE this down. Oh, it would really help to have a poison cleansing. I'm sure that they've used it already, and that's why we're not getting it right now. But this is like, the tank doesn't seem to really understand the predicament that we're facing here. I did actually fall down here. Cool. I'm just gonna, let them do their thing here. Maybe once we clear what's left of the crawlers, we can actually get through the rest of the dungeon relatively well. The boss needs to die here before the next ads activate. I can't deal with it otherwise. I need to jump over there. Gateway's down. Boss is dead. Boss is dead, right? Boss is dead. Okay, there we go. Boss kicked the bucket. Okay. 12 minutes into the dungeon, we killed the first boss with 14 deaths stacked up on the board. I'm not exactly optimistic about the course of this dungeon so far, but we'll see how it goes. The rest of this surely will go better, right? We don't have the crawlers that are being underestimated by everyone. We don't have all sorts of things. So let's see how this goes. We're going to focus on single targeting the bejesus out of the blood guard, and we're going to just interrupt on cooldown, not on cooldown, but like whenever the big thing happens. The swarm is absolutely destroying us. Our healer was not even close to ready for that one. We're going to release because we spawned nearby. We're going to summon in our Felguard and try to get back into the business of things. I should have used the defensive there, but to be honest, I just thought the healer would handle it. To be completely honest with you, I just genuinely thought the healer would handle it. Okay, I can mount up now. Got out of combat or whatever the heck. So that's nice. Yeah, we didn't even kick the web mage apparently. Okay, so we're not kicking the web mage. We're not ramping heals for this. Having a rough time, man. I'm just rotting out here, getting jumped on by the charges. I don't know really what to tell you. This is just not really working out, is it? Oh, goodness gracious. Big guy is dead now. Maybe the mobs can start dying off. Okay. I'm not going to send Tyrant on this or anything, but I really, really hope the group is learning that they have to kick that volley. The bolts are hurt. Yes, absolutely. But if you don't kick that volley now, you're dead. It's not a small heal absorb anymore. It is actually a vicious AoE with a massive dot, so you just can't really get away from kicking it anymore. You can't just ignore it. You have to actually deal with it. Because in season 1, you could kind of ignore it if you had a healer that could just bump a little bit of HPS right as the thing landed, because it just had a heal absorb and it would remove it. But now you can't really do that no more. Too far away from my friend here, the shaman. That's all right. I'm just gonna have to live. Please just let me target the frickin' thing. I clicked on it like 14 times. Holy shit. And that's the boss dead, and us timing this just barely. We got 8 rating out of it because we had a 2-star 8, and we get Harvester's Edict, which is poo-poo. We don't really like it, but we can't trade it either. But what we can get out of it is some upgrades, some free upgrades. Hit them with the shill message and move on. We have a +10 Halls of Attonement. That's a juicer right there. We're going to skedaddle out of the party and try to do another 10. Currently, we're just struggling through every key. That's what it feels like this season. I don't know. Some keys just feel like they're absolutely cursed, and the rest of them are just hard. That's what it feels like right now. But we do have some free upgrades to enjoy here, so let us quickly do that. And by some I mean one. We only get one upgrade on the Ara'Kara Sack Brood because this is 2 out of 6. This is 1 out of 6. But if I upgrade this to 2 out of 6, when I get a couple of more Rune Crests, we can actually get both to 2 out of 6 equivalent. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so I just realized I could go over here and buy myself as many of these as possible, which is, I think, 9 of them. No, 10, maybe even 11. Yeah, I can get 11 of these, which I think at some point I can't even open these anymore because I just have more. Am I actually getting, am I capped on these? No, I'm not, but soon I will be. So 1 more, and now we're capped, and we're going to go ahead and just use all the carved crests we can on all these champion pieces that we still haven't fully upgraded. So let's do that. And that's actually carved of the ethereal. Okay. So there was literally just 1 piece left. I guess that's kind of good. And that means we can take these and we can buy this, which we can really only buy 1. But we're going to buy that 1. 1 is better than none. We can use these next week or something. I don't know. I'll keep them down here next to these. Why not? And then if I upgrade this item once, then this item can be upgraded for free once. There we go. Look at that. And that's 701 item level right there. Okay, cool. Not bad at all. Oh, and we did get a Forgotten Folio. So did we get anything worth selling? Yes, to the vendor. You can always sell it to the vendor. And we're going to get rid of this Harvester's Edict thing as well. I don't think it's a good trinket. 701 item level. Still rocking the 2 set. Really need to go do the raid, at least on normal, to get a champion piece. Potentially, maybe, probably not. And then maybe we can get ourselves the juicy 4 set. Otherwise, I guess just next week I'll get myself a 4 set when I get another catalyst charge, because I do have one. I just need some hero pieces. I have hero shoulders I can tier 5, and then either chest or gloves, whatever I get, I'll terrify that. Anyway, let's start making a group for the Halls of Atonement, and hopefully this goes relatively well. I would very much like to have a timed +10 key at some point, especially this one, because I don't have the portal for it. Didn't play in Shadowlands. Well, I did, but I didn't play endgame. Last yappage, more damage. Let's go. Oh shit. And here we go with a +10 Halls of Atonement. I've done Halls of Atonement very few times, but I'm relatively familiar with it. One thing I've learned is I need to dismiss my pet when jumping down there. Otherwise, horrible things happen. But we'll see how it works out right now. I'm not too perturbed by it. If we get lucky, even if something does go downstairs with us, it ends up being a little bit more chill by this guy being turned to stone. We're going to use a defensive right off the bat here. A bad tyrant, not many imps, but I really kind of don't care. Just want to get a tyrant out immediately. Empower our big other dinos. Dinos? What do I keep calling them dinos? Quick health stone gets me back to full health. Let's get these Dreadstalkers back out, and we can also empower them with a Charhound. We're going to send in some imps. Why not? Make Steve spin. I'm going to use a big defensive here. Get into the circle here. Let them help. We did use Bloodlust for this. This is probably going to be the biggest pull we do. We'll see what the tank has in mind for us. Houndmaster has to be interrupted. We're looking for a interrupt to follow this up. I am running out of options to keep myself alive here. I guess I'll use this big shield. I need to step away from this. Really struggling. This is a hell of a pull. Fortified +10. The scaling's starting to kick in. We got to get the hell out of here. Woo! Okay, I think we got the worst of it. I think we got the worst of it out of the way. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna hold my tyrant because these mobs are almost dead, but that was pretty intense. I did try to get some interrupts in, but with a 30-second cooldown on my interrupt, I feel like it's not up to me whether things get properly interrupted or not, and frequently interrupted or not. Whew. Okay. I think people did go down. We had one person go down. We're going across, and then we're going to go downstairs. Probably the tank just doesn't like the idea of having to run past these slashers or whatnot. Are we genuinely fighting just two mobs, or no? Okay, we're just building up resources, I would imagine, is the idea here. We're going to death coil this. Our tank is silencing them. I think we're trying to recover resources. I don't know what this pull is. It's a little bit weird. I can't say I understand what the idea behind it is, but I'll take it. I'll just pad out here a little bit with the imps, get as many of them in there as we can, and I get instantly the spell. The healer knows what's up. He knows he needs to dispel immediately so that if he gets other stacks, he doesn't have to deal, or he has the cooldown on the dispel back as quickly as possible. Hopefully we don't drag everything behind the corner there, because without Bloodlust, that pull sounds like a miserable time. Houndmaster's here. We're going to immediately focus the Houndmaster down. We have everything ready for a decent tyrant. 6 imps is going to have to do. I'll take six imps over letting those 3 time out and then having only 3. That's almost what happened. Houndmaster will get interrupted by yours truly here. We're grabbing some groundskeepers, which is kind of scary, but there's always some in the pull here in this first area, to be honest. It's kind of unavoidable almost. We're going to implode here because our tyrant ended and we had some empowered imps, and also because apparently I'm just supposed to implode more. So I'm going to try and do that here as often as reasonably possible. I don't know how many imps I'm supposed to implode on, but I think this is a good amount. I know that you are supposed to do it on 4 to 5 targets or more, so I'm just gonna try it out. I can't promise I'll do very good with it. I probably need to set up a WeakAuras. Oh no, one of the groundskeepers went there. We have a slasher coming in. Tank does recognize that. Stone Fist goes out, tank gets knocked back, frontal goes out on tank. So I moved over to this side to make sure that the frontal doesn't bother me. Lots of imps, all my big guys. We're gonna stop casting for that screech. There we go. Good tyrant onto the slasher. That should take care of him pretty quickly here, I feel like. That should take care of him pretty quickly. Tyrant's almost gone. Tank's moving and repositioning here. Next knockback he suffers will probably send him... No, the repositioning was from the knockback, I feel like. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're pulling the next group, and we're ready with... well, we don't actually have much for this. We have our pets rolling, and we have some imps ready to go. Other than that, not much to do other than wait for the shard to get pulled. Okay, so let's do that. Big grip by the DK manages to get that obliteration guy closer to us. We're going to use the defensive here for the rash. I should have used it sooner. Let me just get into this real quick. This being the rain. We're going to get into the rain. If we get into the rain, I feel like we have a better chance of living. Parent goes out with 6 imps available. Not the best, but I don't really mind. It's not all about the imps. Even though you can't spell pimp without the imp, it's not all about that. Let's quickly just disable this guy. There we go. Oh, we lost our DK, unfortunately, but that is okay. I think we still got this pull. So far, pretty happy with how this is going. A little bit of back and forth with the routing, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Perfectly serviceable. We're probably going to walk through the middle now. I think the tank's going to go downstairs over here, pull some mobs. Yes, that seems to be the plan. He's not pulling these mobs up here from what I can see. He does want to go down here and deal with some Hound Masters and Groundskeepers. That is fine. Death Grip comes in. Let's get ready to rumble here. Tyrant goes out, 10 imps empowered. Pretty good pull so far. Need that guy to get grouped up so that our big AoEs actually do hit it. Tyrant almost expired right now. We're going to implode our empowered imps and build up some more. Dreadstalkers go out, get that dread bite rolling, make sure our imps actually do damage. So these guys are scattering. The death grips are coming through, making sure they don't pull any other mobs, but it does look like all of them are done running now and will return to us without having pulled anything nasty, which is always good. We're grabbing the 2 Gorgon, and we seem to be going into the middle. Nope, Tank's dilly-dallying a little bit back and forth. He can't quite decide. He does want the Slasher, it looks like. He's moving close to it. Houndmaster, I should say, getting gripped in by the DK. A little bit too far away, though, with the DK. That's fine. DK does want to prio this guy. It works out. There we go. We have everything grouped up. We're going to Tyrant now to extend the Dreadstalkers just barely. We get a kick from the DK. Takes care of the ground. Oh, I needed to stop casting there. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. DK did kick the Houndmaster, which prevents the thing that buffs the Gorgons. And if we let the Gorgons get buffed, we might be in a little bit of a trouble here. The tank starts taking enormous amounts of damage. From my experience, we're going to implode here. I think I missed my implosion with all those imps at one cast, but it's whatever. Not doing my optimal rotation. I am getting as many tyrants in as I reasonably can. This guy dies before he gets that screech off. We're going to go ahead and collect these while we cast our instant casts. There we go. We're not ready for the boss yet because we still have to kill that last shard of Halkias. So we have a Houndmaster here ahead of us. Tank is pulling just that, nothing else. Doesn't want to pull this group with the Dark Blade and the Obliterator or whatever the heck those are. We have many imps and we have both of our hounds out. So I think we're doing good here if we summon in the, whatchamacallits, the Tyrantio. There we go. Imps blasting away at the target. Hounds nipping at their heels. We're doing good. Big implosion goes out after the Tyrant runs out, and that is a good one for me right there. 4 targets apparently, like I said a little bit earlier, enough to actually get us a good implosion. So we're gonna look for that in the future. I guess 3 targets here. I should really hold my imps and send them next pull. I don't know. We have a lot of imps right now though. I should not have sent that Hand of Gul'dan though. Tank is debating what his options are. He sees the Obliterator here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Big Ruination comes through. Hounds are down. Let's send in Mike. Mike is ready to go. Mike goes in and we Tyrant. Big Tyrant right now. I'm going to get dispelled here. No one else needs to get dispelled. Loyal Beast gets interrupted by our Mage. I sent in an interrupt after them, which worked out. Mage is popping off on this pull. Really could see that as well from the damage being taken by our friend, the Houndmaster. We don't like the Houndmaster. I don't know why I called them our friend, but yes. Anyway, let's use this gateway, get a little bit closer. Do I see a Houndmaster? I do not. Let's start ramping. We're going to just start using defensives here. Thrash is coming through. We're going to use both our defensives just to keep ourselves safe from this. Zen power goes down. I think this might be worth a CR here. Might be worth the CR here. This is a big pull. He waited for the CR, which was a good call, I think. We need Siphon Life to be interrupted. I failed to interrupt it. I'm going to stun everything. That ought to interrupt it. There we go. A little bit flustered here. A little bit flustered. Get some more imps out. I think I could get one more set of imps out, and then we're going to empower this. I don't have anything remaining to save myself. I need to step into this. Okay, there we go. That actually saved me. Thank you. Siphon Life, I can't interrupt, but I think I stood in some circle. Yeah, I did stand in a circle. I don't think I should CR. Maybe shouldn't have released though, because the issue now is that the issue is that this thing is following me around. I have a little imp following me. Hopefully that doesn't pull the big slasher guys. That would really suck, but there's not much I can do about it now. Okay, Shard of Halkias is all that's left. My orb did empower it because I got close enough for it to do so, but I feel like it's not as bad as it could be. Let me get back into this healing rain and try and finish off the shard here. I do have a healing stone thingy. We're going to summon in more soul wells here, or summon in a soul well for more health stones. I have 3 charges again now, and we can jump back this way. We kind of have to wait for Halkias' anima, so I don't know, maybe we can do some trash. There's a reason people pull this group right before the bosses so that you have something to do. I hope this doesn't end up being the difference between us timing the dungeon and not timing it. Tank doesn't know whether he should be pulling or not, it feels like. Okay, Houndmaster gets pulled. Let's do something while we wait for Halkias, because that is quite a bit of RP while all the anima from the shard goes to El Jefe here. I don't really want to send my Tyrant on this. I'm just going to treat this like a little light pull before we get into the boss fight. All right, Halkias is active. We can let him sit there for a little bit while we get a bit of percent here. I feel like it's more efficient than just sitting there and waiting for Halkias. I could be wrong though. What the heck do I know? Definitely feeling the prio damage that the group has with the arcane mage. That Houndmaster died very, very quickly. Then again, I'm not too bad at it either, it seems like, with just like focusing all my damage on one target. Okay, tank kind of moved really far away. I really hope I don't get feared. There we go. Okay, let's get ready to ramp. We lost a person immediately. Okay, hopefully they move out of that. Bit of a shit show here. Hold on. One more set of imps into Tyrant. Yes, okay. That works out. Bit of a shit show. Bit of a shit show. I'm gonna try and stand here if it goes on me so I can bait it. Okay, that didn't work out. Tank needs to move this away from all those puddles. Works out. And now we have to kind of hope for a bunch of instant casts and that I don't get caught with my pants down in between these beams. We try to stand in the middle of them. Don't stand too close to the beams because the boss can randomly just choose to rotate in the other direction, because why not? That's a fun and interesting gameplay mechanic. I want to grab this. I'm going to stand right here in the center. Tank gets hit first. I'm going to stand over here and I'm going to give myself a way out over there. If it targets me, that would be perfect right now. It isn't on me, unfortunately. One more will target someone other than the tank. So I'm hoping that one does target me. Okay, I need to get back in here. That was a little bit messy. I'm not sure where the tank was going right there, but we're going to make this work right now. We have the beams coming in. Again, stand in between the beams, like closer to the center as best you can. See, because that can happen. It can turn around and just get you real bad. We don't want it to get you. Okay, make sure I stand away from that. We have all our pets out, decent number of imps out. We're going to go ahead and use what we can here, or use the Tyrant is what we can do. Okay, nice. I managed to bait one into the middle of all this gunk, so that way we don't lose too much space to it. Trying to collect these while I cast my instant casts. It looks like we're doing okay here. Trying to stand in the middle of this. It is a bit of DR, so that's not bad to take advantage of. Okay, and boss is dead. Goodness, that was a little weird. Mage is going to help us a lot in the single target. This is amazing DPS. I felt like I had to do a lot of shit that I didn't want to do to deal with it, but it's okay. We're opting to go down this side. I don't know if this is better or what. I don't know if this is a pre-planned route, but all I can do is follow. I am not the tank. This does feel like a slightly smaller pull. Only 4 targets here. Kind of feels like, I don't know, feels like we could have pulled these guys into the next group maybe. I don't know. Maybe the tank's trying to take it slow and steady to win the race. We do have a good chunk of DPS, it feels like. I could be wrong, but this feels like we got pretty decent DPS. He realizes the situation, tries to go towards the next group. I'm going to heal as best I can with my thingy. Oh goodness, I'm gonna use a healthstone. I already used a healthstone. Okay, that was a little sketch there for a second, but we only have 2 imps empowered, so I'm not even gonna bother imploding here. Okay, that was a little sketch there. I don't know, we kind of dragged the end of one pull into another pull. We're grabbing voluntarily a slasher, which is always interesting. I thought those were illegal mobs that you don't pull no matter what, but hey, here we are pulling them for the fuck of it, apparently. Not to criticize the tank or anything. Like, I don't think it matters. As long as we get our percent, I really don't care. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal right now. I had some instant casts I could utilize here, so I don't mind having to stop casting. The slashers kind of don't give as much percent as you would expect them to give. They only give 1.93 and they take a long time to kill, so I don't know how efficient they are to pull. I know that my friend Seeker says that they're just illegal mobs. You can't be pulling them. There's no way. You just don't. They're illegal. They're banned. Send in our implosion right before we're supposed to summon in our tyrant because we're stupid like that. But I guess we're getting a lot more of these imps anyway. Send in our guy being the Dreadstalkers, and let's go again with the tyrant. This time seems to have quite a few of the mobs, or quite a few of the imps empowered, so I'm pretty happy with that. Never mind, it's literally 3 imps. It's literally 3 imps. Never mind. Take it back. Whatever. Tyrant ended. We implode. Let's end this and reset. But these guys turned to stone. We could run past them. I don't know what the tank's plan is here. That one is stone for a little longer. Okay, it looks like we accidentally pulled this. I don't know what we need per percent anymore. I haven't really planned out a route for this place, but I'm not liking the amount of time we're spending in this courtyard. It feels like we're not optimizing our route at all. We got to stop casting here. There we go. Now we can continue casting. Get some instant casts in now that we can cast. That makes sense. I'm a little nervous. We only have 5 deaths though. I feel like that's kind of okay. We haven't really full wiped to anything. I am hoping that we have a way to just run, like that we just run past these guys. I really hope that's the case. I don't think this slasher was a planned pull, but we are spending quite a lot of time in here. Oh yeah, we're just pulling slasher. Okay. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, okay, we're just pulling double slasher. Okay. That's, I don't know. Whatever. We'll make it work. That's what I keep saying. We'll make it work. We have a lot of imps. Let's get the tyrant out. Disrupting Screech goes out. Let's get some instant casts. Let's spread doom on both of these guys. Orbs are being gathered. There we go. We touched the last orb. Okay, these guys are kind of dying pretty quick, so I'm kind of cool with it. Let's implode. It's 2 targets, but we implode because tyrant ended, so we just implode after tyrant ends. That's what I've been told to do, and that's what I've been doing. We're just about ready for the boss fight here to start. Disrupting Screech comes through. Hank better be ready to pull this because I'm blasting that boss immediately. All right, build up imps for the upcoming thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. Upcoming tyrant. Death grip on that last one would be sick. I don't see who has the stone. It's on me. These guys kind of need to die. I'm going to use a defensive here while I'm stunned. I'm going to get launched backwards. We didn't destroy them, but we'll get another circle. It's fine. Okay, what did I even fucking die to? I don't even know. Blood Torrent? I don't know what I'm supposed to do to deal with that. Let's summon in our Felguard. Summon in Mike. Get some imps going. Just a few imps will do. But it does look like we're going to take care of pretty much all of the imps. Yes, pretty much all of the imps before the next set of imps comes in is perfect. There's another circle right on top of us. We kind of need these mobs to be grouped. I can't kick them. If I kick them, I will stun them. If I stun them, that's not good because they won't group up. We have a paladin tank. He can send out some interrupts as well, some extra ones. I'm just not going to send them because, like I said, if I do, what ends up happening is they get stunned and they don't move, and it's a whole thing. We have 1 imp left. It can respawn as far as I'm concerned. A Bloodlust coming up. I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing with that Bloodlust, like where we're going to be sending it. I would opt for next boss. Next boss is an absolute demon. Again, I can't really interrupt. I can interrupt these ones that are already stacked up and grouped up, but if I interrupt one that's far away, no bueno. Okay, that needs to go on top of the imps, not away from the boss. DK gets it. When are we supposed to do this? Okay. No, I just straight up stood in one of these circles, it looks like. Just like the mage did just now. Hopefully we are able to take care of this boss here before tragedy strikes yet again. We don't have a CR to use for them, so we just have to kind of kill the boss now. I need to shut up and focus maybe on dealing some actual damage. Stone Leap on me. There's 1 guy left. I'm going to use our defensive here and hopefully live. Let's see, where's the circle? There's no circle. We're just going to pop off now, yeah? Health Stone real quick. I think we focus boss right now. I think focusing boss is the play. I'm going to try and pick this up using a defensive if I can. And boss is dead. Okay, mage can release. They spawned here. There we go. I pinged it so that they see it. We really need to pull all this. And maybe... Oh, we're doing the line of sight thing. Sorry, my bad. Maybe... Do we need to pick up the pace or are we kind of good? I feel like we're not really all that good. But if I break another 10 key, man, I'm starting to feel real bad. Like, is it me? Am I the problem? Or is it just really this rough at the start of a season? I do not know, friends, but I do know that I'm finding out, man. I'm finding out. Loyal Beast gets interrupted by Zen Power. I don't have anything to stop this. It gets gripped back. Zen Power interrupted it right as I death coiled it, which was not ideal, but it's whatever. That was a mistake by me. I should have trusted the team to interrupt, but I just I wanted to make sure that doesn't go off because I think the tank might be at risk of dying from the triple Gorgons here if they get buffed up. All right, somebody took the gate back. I think it was the tank, but we have movement speed. He's got a horsey horse. We got one more pack of mobs. This key's looking pretty dead. I'm gonna be honest with you. We've got this being pulled and we're line of sighting and shit. And yeah, I don't know, man. 7 minutes to do 2 bosses and the annoying pack in between the 2 bosses. And also this pack, which is not a joke either. Like it's starting to look a little bit rough. We are a little bit over percent. We did have some accidental pulls and stuff, but we also had some very inefficient pulls. So definitely a learning experience for the tank, I believe. He kind of needs to figure out what exactly he wants to pull and what's actually worth pulling at which time. Big circle on me gets dispelled. Let's move on. We need to kind of hustle. Oh god, this is on me. This is on me. We could have just walked past this. I put it too close to the thing. My bad. If we time it by like 30 seconds or don't time it by like 30 seconds, I'm going to blame myself. Otherwise, I think it was just a route issue. This is percent, by the way, and we have a whole big boss, like mini boss left. So, all right, let's do this. Send in Mike. Summon Tyrant. We've got Bloodlust. I'm going to stand here next to one of these in case I get targeted by the ad, and let's do this. Ad is not on me. I can continue standing where I am. There's a lot of circles on this fight. So I got to make sure I'm not standing in one I need to move out of, thinking it's the one that just follows me around. We're absolutely melting this. I'm going to move forward to grab this. Looks like an ad is on that person. There's one more receptacle left. I'm going to go stand on it. I'm going to make a soul well in the middle of the fight because why not? Oh, circle on the soul well. Not good. That's the boss dead. 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining. We need to kill a mini boss in here, and we need to kill whatever else. We need to kill the last boss. It looks like we're doing the line of sight tech. We're going to start standing over here, and we're going to start sending in all of our pets. This guy is an absolute douche nozzle. We're going to try and get more imps out because these are expiring, and that is 8 imps empowered. No, 7 imps empowered. That's fine. I'm going to step into this. There we go. I'd love to send in Implosion. This guy's after me. I really want to kill them. I'm going to use a defensive here. I don't know if like I'm supposed to stack up so people could cleave these or what, but like this is scary as hell. Display of power is coming in. We're going to kick this as best we can. I don't know if I'm supposed to be stacked or if I'm supposed to get the heck away from this. This is kind of confusing, but it looks like Cigar is going down. Yep, he's dead. We're still taking damage from all this, and these guys kind of need to die, but if we get to last boss, am I the one that bricks the key with the accidental pull of the big guy? I might be the one. 53% mana is going to have to do. This thing's going after me. I'm going to just move and get it closer to the boss. Probably is the right call for this giant frontal. And let's do that. Let's try and kill this. This envoy thing. 84% boss fight is progressing slowly. 1 minute remaining seems less than enough to do this boss fight. I'm gonna be honest. Did I brick this key or did the route brick this key? That is the question. 8 deaths is not unusual. That's not a ridiculous amount of deaths, so I don't feel like we just failed to survive or whatever. I think it was a combination of things. I feel like is maybe the most fair thing to say. I'm going to step over here, try and absorb multiple of these. One is going off. We're going to move slightly to make sure that we grab that. We cannot let that channel for too long. One more set of imps into a tyrant we'll have to do. 12 seconds left for 50% of the boss. I don't know. I feel like me pulling the one slasher might have made the difference at the end, but we also could have saved a lot of time by optimizing some of the courtyard mobs. I don't know. I'm going to eat the blame though, because that's the only thing I can do. Is like, you know, accept that this was accept my part in the break of this key. That's what I can do. Ritual of Woe goes out again. We're going to try and block 2 of these beams by stepping very close to the boss. I accidentally let one of those go through because I keep pressing my freaking mouse button by accident. There we go. We interrupted most of the Ritual of Woe, and that's the boss dead. Okay, 56 seconds over time. That's how long we were fighting the slasher. Oh man, another brick 10. But that's just how the cookie crumbled, man. We gotta get better. I'm gonna hit them with the shill message and we're gonna move on. Just a little bit unfortunate. No, friends, I think that's it for my time to record today. I just did not have enough time to keep recording for another plus 10. I have a plus 9. I could try to join a 10, but with 2 10s bricked, I don't know who would take me, honestly. I feel I seem pretty cursed. The floodgate we timed, we just barely missed the timer. And the Halls of Atonement we just did now, we also barely missed the timer. by like less than a minute. And I feel like that less than a minute could have been saved if I just hadn't pulled the slasher. The slasher we fought before the third boss was kind of what ended up making the big difference there. There was another one that was pulled accidentally before the second boss as well. 2 actually. So I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm a little stressed because this series, I haven't been progressing anywhere nearly as well as previously when the season started, and I'm a little bit worried that I'm kind of the common denominator here. Are you guys having trouble pushing keys? Because I feel like I've heard a lot of people saying they're having trouble pushing keys. Then I'm also having a lot of people saying like, yeah, I've got all my 12s done, you know? So I'm getting conflicting information whether this season is as easy as I thought it would be or if it's actually freaking hard. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Steve, what do you think? Is this season hard? No, you're just bad, bro. You just need to kind of get better at it. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. For that one, I'm sending you over to the Shane corner over there. There you go. Man, this sucks. Play with the cute Ramolith. Hi, little buddy. How you doing? Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it for some reason, do drop a like and make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes of me bricking 10s coming. Include the word brick in your comment because that's all I can do. Apparently, all I can do is brick keys. If you do include the word brick in your comment, I will make sure to heart it because that way I know you actually made it to this part of the video. But as always, friends, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Hey boss, this thing is really cute. Can we keep it? No, Steve, I think we have enough pets. Please, please, I'll walk it. I'll clean up after it. I'll feed it. Now my pets have pets.